Since The Legend of Tarzan has been out for a few days in America, I might as well just jump right into what I think about it. Overall, The Legend of Tarzan for me was a very mixed bag. The first half of this movie I actually thought was kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of slave talk and a lot of, exchange talk and Lord Chancellors type talk. It wasn't really that interesting or entertaining. The pacing was really slow in the first half as well, but halfway into the film something happens, a certain event takes place, and then the film picks up and becomes a little bit more entertaining. Then a lot more cool stuff starts happening, more confrontations, more fights, loads of cool stuff starts happening, and the second half of this film I actually enjoyed way more than the first half. The visual effects in the movie, for the most part, I thought looked quite impressive. Like, some of the apes looks really good. We're not talking like Planet of the Apes style visual effects, or no. But they did look impressive, and so did most of the other animals and other things in the film, like certain backgrounds. Sometimes you can tell when some people are on green screens or when they're on sets. But I would say that 70% of the visual effects in this film looks impressive. The performances in this film overall were fine. Alexander Skarsgard plays Tarzan, and I thought he did an okay job, but I kind of felt he was a little bit one note. I feel like he didn't really change a lot throughout the film. I thought that this film was going to be like, kind of like The Dark Knight Rises, where Bruce Wayne has moved on from being Batman and he has to dig deep down and become Batman once again. And I thought this film was going to be the same thing, where Tarzan has moved on from being Tarzan, he's now John Clayton, he has to go back to the jungle and become Tarzan once again to stop whatever is going on. But I kind of feel like they glossed over any potential development with that potential storyline that they could have had there with Tarzan. To me, it felt like that John Clayton was in London, he has to go to the Congo, and you can tell he's moved on from being Tarzan. He doesn't want to do the Tarzan-y stuff anymore, but when he goes back to the Congo, all of a sudden he then starts swinging around on vines and through the jungle. He's like, oh, I'm Tarzan now. I'm like, okay then. And Alexander Skarsgård was okay. I mean, he has the physique down for sure. I mean, that guy is built like a brick shed. But his acting is kind of the same throughout the entire film. Just like, oh, I thought you were gonna do that. You know, he just talks the same. He doesn't feel like he ever changes in the film at all. Samuel Jackson is Samuel Jackson. I mean, what more can I say about the guy? He's awesome in more or less everything he is, and he's good in this film. He provides some good comedy relief. There's some funny lines that he delivers at certain parts, and he provides the comedy without really taking away from any of the grit or seriousness that this film's going for. Christoph Waltz is the villain in this film, and like Samuel Jackson, he's pretty much good in everything that he does, and his villain character in this film was not really a compelling character, but I understood his motivations, and I understood what he was doing and why he was doing it, and that's what I can really ask for in a villain in any type of movie. Margot Robbie plays Jane, and yes, she's still extremely attractive, but her character in this film is pretty much the damsel in distress. That's pretty much all she is. And she might be that in the source material. I'm not really familiar with the Tarzan source material. That's what she might be in the source material, I don't know, but kind of felt it was a little bit of a waste of Margot Robbie, although she was still good in the film. Going back to what I said a second ago about this film going for grit and seriousness, that's the thing. I always thought to myself that a live-action Tarzan movie could have been really good. I remember seeing adverts for the Disney animated Tarzan movies. I've never watched the actual films themselves, I just saw the adverts on like an old VHS tape, and I thought to myself, that could be a really cool live-action movie, have a dude swinging around the jungle, could be some really awesome adventure. And then I learned that this film's happening, I'm like, whoa, a live-action Tarzan movie is actually happening. It's like they were reading my mind or something, or maybe they're listening. And I was actually looking forward to this film, and the film itself is not really an incredibly enjoyable film to watch. What I mean by that is, in the scenes where Tarzan is in the jungle, most of the scenes anyway, the look of the film is like really grey and really dull and depressing looking. This film would have been a lot better if it was made kind of similar to how The Jungle Book was made this year. It was very colourful, very bright, very vibrant, and really adventurous, and it added lots of energy and life into the film. I thought if they did that with Tarzan, it could have been a lot better. But overall, guys, I thought The Legend of Tarzan was a decent film. The film does take itself a little bit too seriously in some parts, but overall, I thought the film was okay. It was decent. It's not great, but it's not terrible, I don't think. It's a mixed bag, like I said. I'm going to give The Legend of Tarzan a 3 out of 5. So tell me in the comments below what you thought of The Legend of Tarzan, and if you want to see more of my stuff, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.